What's up everybody, and welcome to a quick little video on my first impressions of the new hero added to Overwatch, Ana. So she just came out about an hour and a half ago. I did play about 5 or 6 games with her. It was quite a bit of fun, and I just wanted to tell you what I thought about her, how I think she'll play, and just all around my feelings about it. Obviously I'm not an Overwatch channel. I'm a relatively low rank on Overwatch, although I did play quite a bit in the beta. So I don't know why you would value my opinion on this, but I figured it'd be a little bit of fun to try something different. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about me making videos on other games, but with that, let's just start getting into my thoughts. So first and foremost, let's actually just go over her kit. So her primary weapon is going to be that sniper rifle there. It has 2 different things that it'll do. When you fire it and attack allies, it'll actually heal them over the course of like 1 second. It's a very short duration, but it isn't instant health. It does take a little bit. Or you could shoot enemies and it will deal damage to them over time as well. It's about the same amount, 1 second, maybe 2 seconds tops. The best way I could kind of describe it is it seems like a poison effect. Like when you shoot an enemy, they will be poisoned for a second or two, and you know, the damage will tick over time. It also doesn't do much damage or healing at all. Like you can't heal a Mercy, for example, in 1 shot. It'll take about 3 or 4 shots to get them from 0 health to full health. At the same time, you don't really do that damage. It takes about 4 shots to kill a Reaper, and headshots don't give you any bonuses on this champion, so relatively low damage and relatively low healing. So the first of her abilities is Sleep Dart. This is going to be the shift key if you're using like the normal layout, and basically what this will do is fire a dart at someone and knock them on the ground for about 2 to 3 seconds. It's a very short duration, and it just kind of incapacitates them for a very short time. It's very akin to a shorter duration single target Reinhardt ulti. This, in my opinion, was the strongest part about her kit, and also the hardest part to actually get right. It is not easy to land these things, and especially in big team fights, even if the target isn't moving a ton, it is still really hard to predict where they're going to be. Obviously this is a skill-based thing. I don't typically play snipers, but still, it's definitely not going to be easy to land. Although, when you do land it, it can be very powerful. For example, on a Reinhardt that is flying towards you, on a Bastion that is like set up in his turret form, or actually the most common darts I landed were on Roadhogs that had just pulled someone. And actually, you could save a lot of people that way if you're paying attention, which I did use it to great effect there. So her E is Biotic Grenade. Basically, what this will do is if you land it on allies, it'll heal them a small amount, but it'll also increase healing. So, for example, a Soldier 76 will get more healed from his E as well as like Roadhog, etc, etc. This could be used to great effect in tandem with other healers, so like a Mercy, throwing it on where whoever she's healing, they'll heal really freaking fast, which is quite nice. And a Zenyatta ulti. On the flip side, to enemies, it'll actually damage them a small amount and decrease or block all healing for them, so they can't actually be healed at all for a short duration. On the flip side, this is actually very powerful against Zenyatta's ulti. If you somehow manage to land it there, you could almost prevent it entirely. Obviously, she'll still be invulnerable, but those around here will no longer be healed by her. I managed to do this once, and it was really strong, but obviously getting in there and actually landing it was quite difficult. I also do want to note, the way you throw this is really weird. It's a biotic grenade, and you would think it kind of arcs way more than it does. At least that's the problem I was having with it, but it almost straight shots. Like if you throw it, it'll go almost directly to your target, and it took me a few tries to get used to that. I'm sure once you play the hero, you'll feel it for yourself, but it is a little weird the way that works. So finally, her ultimate is Nano Boost. It's not a skill shot or anything. You just hit Q when looking at a teammate. It'll shoot them with a dart, and they'll have reduced damage to them. They'll deal more damage and move faster. So this was an interesting piece because it's hard to decide who's the best to fire this on. So you have the one side where you could fire it on a tank like Reinhardt, who could just run in there, won't be taking as much damage, can get to enemies very fast, and kind of just beat them down. On the flip side, should you fire it on someone like Soldier 76, who has really high DPS and can kind of, you know, shoot a lot of enemies and not die instantly? The key part being, if he gets focused really hard, you could still die. This just increases your healing. It does not make you invulnerable. And I have had it happen in my games where I will shoot a Soldier 76, he will run in and die, not instantly, but still die relatively quickly without getting any kills. It's kind of unfortunate, and I don't know, it's just, I'm going to be interested in seeing how people use this in the future. I'm almost leaning towards the tank side of things. Actually, my favorite application of this ulti was in conjunction with Bastion's ulti. I found that if you could use it while he goes into his little tank form, him, he could do a serious amount of damage, especially because the splash damage from his cannon is going to be increased, and he can move around quite a bit faster. That was my favorite application again, although I found her ultimate to be a little bit underwhelming. It definitely doesn't feel as strong as you would think. I think one thing I would almost like is if it actually increased the rate of fire of different champions. I think that would be I don't know, just a big boost and make it feel a little bit more powerful. I don't know, I didn't get many kills with this, or rather many assists with it, while using it on different enemies. Maybe it's just because she's new and not many people feel as confident running in with her ultimate on, but I don't know, I felt a lot of the times I was just wasting it, or it wasn't a game changer in any way. So last but not least, I just want to explain how unique Ana feels as a hero. She's a very weird support character, and in the sense that you kind of have to consistently be making a choice. Do you want to be healing your teammates, or do you want to be attacking the enemies? And this is kind of just how I had to play the whole time, and that's what I was thinking about. She's not like a Mercy where you really only have one option here, which is healing people, because she does do a lot of damage. On the flip side, she doesn't heal people as fast as someone like Mercy. So you have to kind of decide, alright, if I want to heal my Reinhardt who's at half HP, it's going to take about 4 shots. So you have to kind of invest quite a bit of time. I mean, obviously that's one hero, so you're going to have to do that multiple times for multiple heroes and really focus on landing those shots, because it is really skill shot based. It's bigger than you would think. It's not like other snipers in the game. The projectile definitely feels bigger on Ana. You hit a lot more enemies and allies than you would think on someone like Hanzo, but still, you have to kind of focus on your shots. Another thing to build off that, I never used my scope with her. I mean, I did sometimes, but I just found I was doing a lot better when I wasn't zooming in. I was just using it as almost a DMR and shooting that way. And I don't know, maybe that's just a me thing, but I found the scope was really inhibiting because you would look around slower, you wouldn't be able to move around as fast, and I felt like I had to be really mobile with her to try and heal my enemies, or hurt my enemies and heal my allies at the same time, and constantly repositioning myself so I don't get killed, because you only have 200 HP, so you do die relatively quickly. At least when I was playing her, I definitely didn't feel comfortable being as stationary as you would be with some of the other snipers in the game. Maybe that's just my playstyle, but I don't know, those are my impressions of it. So those are my impressions of Ana. Let me know what yours are in the comments down below if you played her. Let me know what you guys think about me making some videos on some other games, just as a every once in a while thing, not as a daily thing. That's pretty much it though. I thank you guys for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.